Welcome to Vintage Gaming Memories. Shall we play a game?
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Let's get right into this one. I can't believe this is a forgotten package that I received on September 4th, or at least that was the shipping date on here. I think I received it around September 7th. That's been like 3, 4, coming on to 5 months ago. So hopefully, once again, it's not something I'm going to get that is damaged or maybe even the wrong item in the box because of my pure inability to open up these packages quickly. Now, behind me, you can see here I have quite a few more packages to get to. So it's all my fault, but I'm hoping to get these knocked out, as I always say. Anyways, there's a lot of work to do, so let's get this one open and let's check it out. Here it is. This is a 1980 Entex Pac-Man 2 handheld game. The listing noted that this was tested to be in working condition, and it did look pretty good from what I recalled in the photos. I paid $35, so hopefully this does work. And if you look here on the angle, I'm trying to get the nice image of the plastic display. There are 0 scratches. I don't see a single scratch or scuff on it, which is pretty amazing. Because if you had like a paper towel and you wiped it down, you'd probably get some scratches. Or even a towel that has some dust on it. So this is pretty cool. And I do remember it being really clear and clean. So that's very nice to see. The backside, stickers on there. Everything looks really good on this. The display on this is a VFD, which stands for vacuum fluorescent display. And basically, what I like to say is that you have a better display quality with clarity and brightness, but the power on this will take a hit, and we'll look at the battery as far as how many batteries it uses. I believe it takes 4 C-size batteries, but we'll check the back in a second. And if you haven't seen an old video I posted called the Coleco 7, please take a look at it because it provides some good visuals on the differences of displays as well as the 7 awesome Coleco tabletop games that I own. The link is on the top right for quick access to it. Now with this Entex game, this is my 4th game from the company. I have their electronic baseball game, their hockey game, and their Space Invader game. But this is the first Entex game that I did a video on. So just a little bit of information on the company Entex. Entex Industries was founded in 1970 and based in Compton, California. They didn't start with these types of handheld games since we're talking about 1970. What they did start with was selling these Lego-like blocks called Lock Block. And that's spelled L-O-C and B-L-O-C, so no K. And it wasn't always plain-looking blocks that they sold. They had themes like Space Base Set and even a Disney's Magic Kingdom. Now in 1976, they decided to venture into the home video gaming market with their system called Game Room Telepong, which was displayed in black and white and only worked with 4 C-size batteries. Based on that name, I think you can guess what type of game it was focused on. Later in the 1970s, Entex ventured in handheld games such as the 2 that I have, the baseball and hockey one, which is from 1979. As you can see, they're known to have the larger size handhelds, which would often be played on tabletops because of their size. Speaking of tabletops and these handhelds, they produced over 40 of those in their short, probably around 15 years of existence. I believe they ceased operations at around 1984 or 85. Reportedly, it was due to competition with the home computer market, as well as additional handheld gaming manufacturers that were out there. Now, the name of this game might be misleading, called Pac-Man 2, because it's not as if this is the second version of Pac-Man, but instead, the 2 means that 2 players can play it at the same time. Now, you may wonder, are there 2 Pac-Mans on a playfield? Nope. One player controls Pac-Man, and then the other controls the ghost. That's pretty unique, and actually it's pretty cool, because think about it. Typically, player 2 would have to wait until player 1's turn is up to go against the ghost. So this is a nice change to keep everybody involved and not bored. So let's look at the options on the front of the game here. we can see, as I'll turn it around because it'll be upside down, we see here, this is actually the power on and off switch. You have an option of either having the sound muted while it's on or on for the sound, which is a pretty cool feature thinking about it. A lot of the handheld games back in the days, there was never a control for the sound, and you always try to cover up that speaker if you're playing it late at night and your parents are about to yell at you for still being up on a school night. Then the next switch here, you have an option for skill level between 1 and 2. 1 would be the easier level. 2, the ghost would be a little bit more aggressive and faster. And then the next switch is the player option between 1 player, 2 player, or the demo. We'll take a look at the demo shortly. Then if we look on the sides, you have the controls for player 1, which has the 4 directional buttons. And then this button here will select your skill level for the number of ghosts that you're going to be competing against. That's right. You can select between either 2, 3, or 4 ghosts that you need to avoid. And then on the other side for player 2, also the 4 directional buttons, and then there is a button to start the demo. Now I did read instructions online, and I was surprised that this actually keeps track of the number of levels, or as it calls it, the number of field clearings that you have achieved. So it has a cool system, but I'll show you how it can track up to 300 field clearings or levels. That's pretty cool. Now, obviously, if you turn it off and back on, I think you lose the number of levels you cleared, but if you can clear 300 levels on one gameplay, that's pretty impressive. If you can clear 10, I think it would be pretty impressive, but we'll find out how difficult this is. Now, if we take a look at the back side here, we have the instructions that are nicely put in case you do lose the instructions that came with it. And these short instructions on a sticker looks to be in great condition. And there is the year 1980. And then the power source, the batteries. The compartments are on opposite sides. And let's take a look at what we have. 2 C-size batteries on this side. And then this one is also 2 C-size batteries. That's kind of hard to open up. Actually, it needs to be cleaned up a little bit. You can see some gunk on it. No corrosion. Just probably dirt. Oh, by the way, there's also a power source for an AC adapter. I think that's about it. Condition-wise, it looks great. Like I said, the display looks awesome. I think I should do a quick wipe down with this, a polish, put some batteries in, and come right back, and we'll play a game or two and see how this goes. All right, I'm back, and actually not much to clean or polish on this, but I did anyways. Actually, there is a little bit of a difference you can feel on it, and maybe you can actually see it too. If you look on the plastic angle here of it, you can see how nice that reflects. But anyways, it was worth cleaning anyhow. Just get a good look at the back side as well. Nothing at all with the sides. They all look great, all 4 sides, the back. Now, this should work, so I'm not concerned about that. So let's throw in, 4 C-size batteries, and we'll give this a go. All right, I have some fresh batteries put in, ready to go. I think I'm going to keep it in this position because you can see Pac-Man 2 right side up versus the switches that are upside down. Again, it's a tabletop, so you can flip it around whatever way you want to look at it. Basically, you'll be playing on the sides anyhow. But for this video, I'm going to do a little bit of a 2-hand control with player 1 on this side and player 2 over here. Before I even start that off, I'm going to go ahead and adjust this camera to get a little bit closer to the play field so you won't have any glare or any of the flickering that might occur. So I'll make sure the speed is all set, and give me 1 second. All right, this should be a little bit better for you to see. What we're going to first do is do the demo. So here we have choice player 1, player 2, or demo. We're going to go demo. Skill level doesn't really matter, but after we do demo, we're going to start playing a 1-player game. And my power on and off switch, which is either power on for sound or power on for no sound, we're going to definitely do some sound. So let this demo go, and we'll see how it actually looks, and hopefully it will work. So as you can see on the play field, you have ghosts, bugs, and energizers. There's a total of 89 stationary bugs that's on the play field. That's what Pac-Man is going to be chomping on as he maneuvers throughout. And then there are the 4 power energizers, in which Pac-Man gets a power energizer. The ghost will flicker quickly for a short period of time, and that's the time you need to capture them before they become solid again and chase after you. It's pretty much just like Pac-Man. I mean, the concept of it, the objective is the same. The maze is a little bit different, and you're not going to get any alternating mazes as you complete each of the levels, or as they like to call it, each of the field clearings. Speaking of field clearings, as I mentioned earlier, that this game is pretty cool in how it tracks the levels or the clearing of these screens as you progress on your gameplay. Here's a picture in the manual that shows how to count these clearings of the screen or the levels. It's pretty interesting. So if you look to the far right, you see those small triangles. It says units. Each time you clear the screen, you get 1 triangle shown. So let's just call them levels, okay? So that's 1, and there's 4 of them. So if you get to the 5th one, it's shown by a square, which it says 5 right underneath it. So that would indicate 5 clearings or levels. And as you progress, let's just say you get 5, and now you're on the 6th one, well, you'll get a square plus a small triangle all the way up to 9. Now, indicating how you would get 10, well, it's the big triangle right next to the left of the square. So if you're on level 10, you get 1 triangle. And if you're on level, let's say 16, it would show the 1 triangle, the square, and a small triangle. So that's pretty cool how it does that. Now the 10s, there are how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? That's 90. And then you have the 5, 1 of those, so it's 95. And then you have the 4 small triangles indicating 1 each, so that's 99. Now, how do you do 100? Well, to the far, far left is another triangle, but it's going to be red in color, and that would indicate 100. And you have 2 of those. So you can get to 299. So that's how that all works. Pretty neat. Now, you are also awarded a Pac-Man at 1,000 points, but the most you could have is 4 lives in total. 3 are in reserve, and then 1 on the play field. And that's pretty much it. Let's do some game playing and play a player 1 version first and see how this works. All right, I'm going to reposition this so I can control it better in the 1 player mode. So we'll have it this way. And let's do the settings here. We'll go with 1 player mode, skill 1, and we'll do it with some sound. So before I start the 1-player game, I need to determine the difficulty level for the gameplay. And by that I mean, how many ghosts do I want to deal with? You can choose between 2, 3, or 4 ghosts, and you do that by pressing the skill button at the time of the object shown here. So you can see it's rotating between 1 blue, 2 blue, and then 3 in red. If I stop it when it's on the 1 blue, there'll be 2 ghosts. On the 2 blue, there'll be 3 ghosts. And then when it's on red, it'll be the typical 4 ghosts. So I want to do it like the typical game of Pac-Man, so we're going to stop it when it's on the red. And the game should start pretty quickly, so we should get positioned here. There we go. And let's test out the control here. Hopefully I can go in all directions. It looks like I can go every direction except for up so far. Now I'm testing up. It seems to work pretty good. Wow, those ghosts go pretty fast. No joke. I'm just going to try to clear out this bottom. But yeah, the controllers work great considering this is the 1-player side. So you'd think there'd be a lot of use and wear and tear on it. But this one looks pretty good. This game looks like it was well kept. Ran right into the ghost. When it starts up your next life, it goes right away, so you have to be pretty prepared and ready to go. I just want to clear that level. Wow, it started pretty quick, the next one. As I mentioned earlier, when you clear out a level or a field, you have those indicators on the bottom, and you can see I have the one little small triangle there. So that tells you I've cleared one. And if I were to continue on, you'd see 2, 3, 4, before I have the square that would indicate 5, and so on and so forth. Game is pretty cool. I can't say it's comfortable in the position I'm doing it because I'm trying to record, but I'm sure if I'm laying on my bed or having it on a tabletop flat, it'd probably be a lot easier. But nonetheless, it's really cool. I could see this being entertaining and challenging. I just can't imagine going 300 levels, but all right. Or even 10 levels. Okay, I think I'll end this gameplay here by letting a ghost catch me. I say that, and there we go. So that's one player. Pretty simple concept, just like Pac-Man. I do like the variation of ghosts. You could choose between the 2 to 4. And 2 would probably make it a lot easier, but I want to play it just like we normally remember it from Pac-Man with 4 ghosts. Let's play the 2-player mode now, where I will be able to control the ghost as well as play the Pac-Man side. But for that, I'm going to rotate this so I can get a better grip on it with both hands. So we'll do it like that, and I'll have to restart it because you have to slide the switch to player 2, and I don't think it will take effect. Nope, so you have to turn it off, back on, and then it'll reset the game. So let's do that. Turn it on. So in 2-player mode, the game starts right away once you turn it on. Looks like there are not any options for you to select the number of ghosts. You just have the one ghost controlled by player 2 against your Pac-Man. And you are in the center there as the ghost. So let me see if I can go in all directions since I haven't tried out this player 2 directional controller. And it looks like I can. Now, I'm not really going to play against myself because I don't know what fun is that. I think I can figure out where I'm going to move next. But it is a pretty cool game to think about it. If you can play 2 players and not have someone just sitting there bored and waiting to get their turn, this is kind of fun. I don't know if I'd want it to have more than one ghost. Just thinking, I guess if you did, the other ones would be controlled by the computer. It might be more confusing, I guess, for that second player to know which one is theirs because the colors are all the same. So that probably is one reason why you wouldn't want more than one ghost on the play field here if you're playing 2 players. But, this is a cool concept. I can see why this is very much entertaining and challenging and fun for kids. I'm going to turn this off so I can hear myself. That's pretty much it for Pac-Man 2. You have your 1-player game, 2-player game. You do have a demo mode to showcase everything. And you have an option for a sound to be on or off. And a skill level, let me just show you what a skill level 2 looks like to see how much faster it would be. And we're going to turn it this way so you can see it in a 1-player mode. And here we go. We'll do the 4 ghosts, and I'm sure they're going to be flying quick. I don't know. They seem... Can't tell the difference. Maybe they are going faster, but... Oh, no, I don't know. Maybe they're faster, but anyways, I know it's supposed to be harder at the second level versus the first. They're harder to get, that's for sure. They're more tricky with their movements. Well, I won't continue playing this. We know how that works. Well, that's it for this 1980 Entex Pac-Man 2 game. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below. Let me know if you own this. Maybe you had owned it, or maybe you want to get your hands on it today, which you can definitely find online. Until next time, remember, keep that gaming passion from the past alive by living it today. Take care, everyone.